Hey guys, it's Drew from Card in My Eye. Today is the second episode of the So You mini album that I'm showing you guys how to make on my YouTube account. This is the album I already did the tutorial on how to create this, and I haven't covered the inside page, but it's going to be covered exactly like this, so you could easily slip in some journaling spots. This one's a little bit too wide, but let's say you could easily slip in some journaling spots or some tags or whatever, and I already showed you how to do this, and then this is going to be covered the same way as this, and then the back is just going to be covered with some cardstock. And I already showed you how to do the start of the mini album in the episode 1, which is about 4 videos back. So if you're watching this the first day it comes out, or like the first week it comes out, it'll be in the top playlist. And we're going to make the pocket, and you're going to get one of your white envelopes here. And what I'm going to do with this white envelope is I'm going to use my ProvoCraft trimmer. One second, I have some paper stuck in there. Just going to use my ProvoCraft trimmer, and I'm going to cut it down to 5 inches in length. So as you can see, I just have my piece, and I'm just cutting it down to 5 inches, and you're going to have a little bit of an excess piece. And this is what's going to create your pocket for the page. Now, after you have your pocket, you're going to peel up this strip of adhesive, pull it off, and you're going to fold it over, and it's a really strong bond adhesive, so it acts as your adhesive, so you don't even have to do anything. So you have a complete pocket, completely sealed. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to take my scorer again, and at your open pocket side, the side that has the opening, you're going to score it at 1 inch. So basically at the top of your pocket, you're going to score it 1 inch from the top. So I'm going to score that. I just use this little knitting tool. I like to use it. I like using the back of it. It makes a really nice score line. And after I add that on, you can see that it's scored right there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my patterned papers, and your guys, if you bought the kit for this, you're already going to have your patterned papers pre-cut for you. And so this is the first pattern paper that was already pre-cut, and I'm just going to use this on the front side. And I'm just using this permanent Avery glue stick. They work really nicely. I love these glue sticks. And I'm just going to completely glue all the way around my paper here. Try to get this on camera. So as you can see, I'm just going all the way across my paper and giving a nice coating of glue. And I'm just going to layer that onto my tag at the bottom of your 1 inch piece you made. So as you can see, you have the 1 inch border, and I'm just going to layer this right below the 1 inch border. And then after you have that, you might have some excess in some spots, so I'm just going to cut that excess off. So I just trimmed off the excess paper, and then what I always do is I like to go and file my edges just with the filer. It doesn't really matter on the bottom because we're going to add a binding to the bottom anyways. And then I'm going to flip it over and add glue to my next page. And you could even add it to the pocket, which is what I'm doing right now. As you can see, instead of adding it to the actual piece, I'm adding it straight to the pocket. And then after you add your glue onto your pocket, you're going to take your paper again, and you're just going to place your paper on there. Completely on there. And again, you might have some excess on the bottom. I always leave a little bit of excess room for you guys in case it cuts a little bit smaller. Okay, and again, I'm going to just go across that. After I have that completely done like that, then I'm going to take my scissors, and I'm going to cut this at an angle. So going up, I'm going to cut it at an angle, flip it over, and cut this side at an angle also. And you could use your little cut-off corner and move it over to the side and bring it onto here and cut it off. But I'm kind of good at this because I made so many, so I know the angle amount. And you're just going to fold over your angles. And I kind of scored too hard, so it kind of did that sort of thing, but it's just a tutorial, so it's alright. So as you can see, you have this, but you're not going to want these to be white. That would be boring. So then I'm going to take you're going to get 2 pieces of this 8x8 patterned paper, and you get it in like 6 or 7 different colors. And I'm going to cut them down to 1 inch strips. So I'm just taking them and putting them in the 1 inch section in my cutter, and I'm going to cut them down to 1 inch. So as you can see, we have 2 1 inch strips. by the, I think the 3 inches that it is. 3 and 5/8. By the 3 and 5/8 inches. And you're just going to have these little pieces of paper, which are going to act as the top of your tag pieces now. Now I'm going to take a glue stick again, and I'm just going to lay this down to where my tab is sticking. The tab for this side is flipping upwards and laying down, so that way I could easily add glue onto it. Try not to rip this. And then I'm going to add on the selected pattern paper, and I'm just going to press it down. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to go onto the opposite side, and you're just going to trace and cut off the pieces of paper. Super simple to do. And I just am going to trim off the little tiny bit that got on the top as well. Just going to move that out of my way. And as you can see, you're going to have a pink tab now for your piece. And once I add on the brad also, it's going to fix up this torn edge right there. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And I'm just going to adhere down my 1-inch strip of paper. And I'm going to trim off the edges to just flow with the design of your paper. Move this out of the way. And as you can see now, you have your tabs in a different color. And then I'm going to kind of take a marking tool. I just have a Crayola washable marker, and I'm going to find the middle of this tab, and I'm just going to set a little dot right in the center. And then I'm going to use my Crocodile, and I'm going to use the 1/16 inch, or sorry, what size is this? The 1/8 inch punch, and I'm just going to make sure that both of my tabs are flipped down, and I'm going to punch it directly on the dot. So I punched it directly on the dot, and you can see that it goes through both sides. And then you're going to get the golden brads in your kit that you have. And one second, let me go get my golden brads here. I keep all my stuff in the paper bag that I sent you in the kit as well for the binding. So then I'm going to push it out so you can see in the inside, and I'm just going to push my brad through here, and as you can see, the tab has almost completely broken off now. So I'm just going to open up the brad on the inside, and I'm going to set it down and press it, and that will set your brad on your piece, and it will keep this piece really secure on there. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to press down in there as well. And there you're going to have your pocket page, and that is what you're going to slip your tags into. And I'm going to show you now how to embellish your pocket page, and in the next tutorial I'll show you how to sew your tags. So let me go get my album. Okay, so this is how I embellish my page. I did mine really simple. I used a chipboard frame that came in the kit, added some pattern paper, ran some ribbon across it. On this one, I just used 3 punch-out die cuts. This one, I just used the inside of the frame and some ribbon. I'm not going to go over how to embellish the album in these YouTube tutorials. And then I just added a frame, some lace, and some of that ribbon, and a Prima flower. On this one, I added a homemade fabric flower and 2 little strips of ribbon. And I have a tutorial on how to make these. They're the simple fabric flowers. On this one, I just made a pocket out of the extra paper and added a tag with a star die cut on the top. So it's really simple to embellish your pages, just really simple and fun, and then you can add tags on the inside, and I'll show you how to make the tags in the next tutorial. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and have a great day. Bye, everyone.